If you're new here, welcome. My name is Wolfman from Mega Movies. You get where you will see a bunch of reviews, rankings like this one, and other videos. So be sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Today, happy Batman Day, everyone! All the Batman fans rejoice. This is our day to celebrate one of the best superheroes of all time, my second favorite superhero of all time, right behind Wolverine. I love Batman so much. I read so many comics. I'm wearing my Batman shirt that my friend gave me here. It's a Batman comic strips. It's really cool. So, um, yeah, guys, I am. I love Batman. I've seen every Batman movie, and today we're gonna rank uh, several of the all the Batman movies that I have seen, or at least that I can remember that I've seen, and all the ones that I know I've seen. So this will include a list of 15 films because I will be including, I'm not going to include stuff like Suicide Squad because that barely had Ben Affleck in it. He was in it, but that barely had him in it. I will include things like The Flash because that had an actual central plot about Michael Keaton's Batman. Like that was a big central focus and plot of the film. And then George Clooney's Bruce Wayne pops. So Batman's a big central part of the film. So I will be including the Flash on this ranking. And then also I will be including a couple animated ones. You will see it whenever it gets to them. But yeah, guys, without further ado, I say we get this ranking going, shall we? And some of these films, I didn't have time to rewatch every single one of these. A lot of these are fresh in my head, but some of these I needed to rewatch to fully know. But I kind of already know where I would have them ranked. So, but at least my top 10 that I've seen, my top 10 on this list, either I've seen a lot or I've seen pretty recently. So you're all good there. It's just the other ones that are like further down that I haven't seen in a while. And so starting with my number 14 or 15, number 15, which is Val Kilmer's Batman Forever. So I really wanted to love this movie. I love Val Kilmer in the role. He's great in the role of Batman. But there's just so much missing here, and I want to see that Joel Schumacher cut because he says it's like a darker version, and I'm very interested in it. Although he gave us Batman and Robin, so I don't know how the hell he gave us a darker version. And yes, guys, Batman and Robin is not my least favorite. This one I have slightly below Batman and Robin, and I will tell you why once I get to Batman and Robin. Which, spoiler, might come next because it's still very, very low on the list. But yeah, Tommy Lee Jones. It's as boring as Two-Face. Not that interesting. You get Jim Carrey, who's too goofy as the Riddler. Robin Williams was originally supposed to be the Riddler in this movie, and that would have been perfect, perfect casting. So that would have been incredible, guys. But you can only hope, I guess. But no, I mean, Batman Forever isn't a bad film. Again, I have it ranked the lowest, so I don't know. Because, see, Batman and Robin is a bad film, but I get more entertainment value out of that than I do out of something like Batman Forever. But all I'll say is that, yeah, Batman Forever, it just comes across as boring and not that interesting. I love Michael Gould as Alfred. I thought he was great. I think he's one of the best Alfreds we have. Like he's fantastic. But yeah, this just tonally was messy. Just a lot of this movie was messy, and it took the direction of the Tim Burton films, like what he set up took them into the weird slapstick kind of thing. It was weird. I didn't really like it. Coming in at number 14. Yes. Now, here's my reason. All right. I have Batman and Robin above Batman Forever.
What the fuck, bro?
Hear me out, guys. Don't click off the video yet. Hear my explanation. Batman and Robin is not a good movie. All right? Let me just preface that. Just because I have it above Batman Forever does not mean I think it's a good movie. Both the movies I do not think are good movies. I also do not think that Batman and Robin is a good movie. Both of the films I also revisit the least out of the franchise because I don't like them both. But I got to tell you, as far as entertainment value goes, and like whenever you like watch a comic book movie or something like that, you want to be entertained. You know what I mean? Like you want that like escapism, you know? When it comes to entertainment value alone, Batman and Robin knows how to fucking entertain you. This movie is so funny. It is so flippin' hilarious. I will laugh my ass off when I watch this movie. Everything from like Arnold Schwarzenegger's awful puns, like it's time to chill, you know, all of his awful puns, to seeing like the bat nipples on the suit, just to seeing like an overdone bang. Just everything about this movie is campy goodness, in my opinion. Awful campy goodness, still campy goodness nonetheless, despite the awful part. Yes, it's a very poorly written movie. Yes, it's a very badly made film, but the entertainment value far exceeds this. There's a reason why, guys. We have never gotten another live action Mr. Freeze. Because how can you top that Mr. Freeze?
The Iceman cometh. I'm afraid that my condition has left me cold. Do you please have mercy? Everything freezes. You are not sending me to the cooler. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age! Can you feel it coming? The icy cold of space. At 30,000 feet, your heart will freeze and beat no more. After you're frozen, your icy tomb will plummet back to Gotham. Freeze well. Stay cool, bird boy. Can you be cold, Batman?
My passion, thoughts for my bride alone.
All right, everyone. Chill. 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 It doesn't work on a cold-hearted. Cold party. It's a cold town.
Allow me to break the ice. My name is Freeze. Learn it well, for it's the chilling sound of your doom.
Always winterize your pipes. Their blood will freeze in my hands. I will turn Gotham into an icy graveyard. Then, I will pull Batman's heart from his body and feel it freeze in my hands. If revenge is a dish best served cold, tonight, hell freezes over. Let's kick some ice. Tonight's forecast, a freeze is coming. Freeze in hell, Batman! Winter has come at last.
You know, from the original masterpiece, Batman and Robin. You know, so yeah, I have this one up a little higher at number 14. Fight me if you want, guys, but that is how I have this franchise ranked, and I will stick by that. So coming in at number 13, I have The Flash. Yes, the newest film to star, like have Batman in a major role, the Flash. Sorry, guys. This movie to me was like when I first watched it, I saw it twice in theaters. When I first watched it, I was like, oh man, this is like tons of fun and like a blast. And like, I'm really enjoying this, seeing Michael Keaton back in here again, seeing Ben Affleck back again. Although I have problems with Ben Affleck's Batman in this movie, particularly on my first watch as well. But it's cool seeing him back, cool seeing some of the other spoiler alerts, by the way, guys, will be for The Flash. If y'all have not seen it, it's on HBO Max now, guys. I refuse to call it by its new name. It's on HBO Max now, guys. So y'all can go and see it on there. Y'all really have no excuse now. It's streaming, so if I guess if you get spoiled for you, get spoiled for you. But as we all know, Wonder Woman shows up in the film. George Clooney shows up in the film, and there's just like a bunch of different fun things in there. However, this movie is very bogged down by horrendous, and I mean horrendous, CGI. That's like part of the narrative in a way, because he's going through the multiverse world, and the multiverse is a big part of it. But every single thing in the multiverse looks like a fucking wax figure. It looks horrible. Who thought it was a good idea to do that? See, and apparently the director, Andy Muschietti, who I like him as a director. He's a good director. He's done It Chapter 2, I believe. And then he did both It movies, if I remember correctly. He did what else has Andy Muschietti done? I'm looking up his filmography right now. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so we have Andy Muschietti also did. Okay, so he did It, and It's Chapter. That's what I thought. It was Mama. I was looking for that. Yeah, he also did that one. So not a bad director. He's done some good films. I like all three of those films, but stick with horror, please, Andy Muschietti, because this isn't nearly your cup of tea. Sasha Calle as Supergirl is great. Michael Keaton, seeing him back again, yeah, phenomenal. Best part of the movie was Michael Keaton. I love that they gave him like an actual like fight scene for once, where he can actually move around the suit, and like gave him a super badass epic moment there. But then what they do with his character at the end, I was like, are you really gonna kill him off that way? Like, you're doing my boy dirty. And talking about doing boys dirty, Ben Affleck's suit in this thing was horrendous. Just saying, like, this thing was awful looking. I don't know how that made it into the final film, how they thought that was a good idea, but it looked horrendous on him. And so again, it's like The Godfather. Look how they massacred my boy. It's like, I cannot believe they did that to my boy Ben Affleck, the best Batman in my opinion. Come at me, bros. Okay, just saying. Speaking facts there. All right. But no, it's. I wanted to love this movie more than I did, guys. I really, really did. And maybe on a third watch, when I watch on HBO Max, maybe I'll enjoy it more. But that second time really, really did not make me a fan of this movie. I don't hate it. I still think it's okay. But Zod was also, he was just kind of pointless. It was just like, oh, look at me, I'm Zod. Like, I don't know. It guys, it's hard. And the fact that this is the last time that poor, awful wax figure thing, this is like the last time we're ever going to see Henry Cavill as Superman. Just, it's so sad to me, apparently. That's what Henry Cavill said. And then also, it was cool seeing like Adam West's Batman, stuff like that, but I wish they didn't do the awful effects with him. But it was cool seeing Adam West pop up as Batman and other stuff like that. But whatever. You know, it is what it is. And seeing George Clooney in there also kind of was a big highlight for me. But so next up on my list is I've got the coming in at number 12 now. I've got the original 1966. Actually, you know what? For right now, I'll do a switcheroo. So I don't do this often on my things, but honestly, I find this is again one I need to rewatch. I haven't rewatched it in a while. Like, I mean, like a long time. This is what I need to rewatch. So I don't feel fair doing this to you guys right now. And I'll probably rewatch it tonight, which I'm recording this on the 15th. You are seeing this on the 16th, but I'll probably rewatch this tonight just so I get my views and opinions on it. And if it changes, then I will let you all know and then do like add on to the video. I'll like shoot a separate thing before it's uploaded of me being like, okay, real quick. So I rewatched Batman Returns and it would actually be right here. Oh, spoilers for my own thing. But yeah, Batman Returns is coming in at number 12. So I actually initially found this movie to be overrated, in my opinion. Like, a lot of people freaking adore this movie and praise it and hail it as like one of the best Batman movies ever. Oh my gosh, it's so incredible. I think it's fine. I like the gothic nature of it. I think it's good. Like, I still enjoy it. I can but maybe it's just me, like the kid in me. Like, Danny DeVito scarred me as a kid, so I never really liked it because of him. And then also, like, Michelle Pfeiffer was really good as Catwoman, don't get me wrong, but she's not the like some of the other Catwoman we got afterwards. And then I like the whole Christmas setting and atmosphere to it. I thought that was pretty cool. Again, guys, I just can't tell you what's missing from this movie, but maybe it's just like I don't like the tonal change Tim Burton did with this film. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but I don't feel like I really love the way this movie went compared to Batman 1989. But yeah, that's just how I view it, guys. But Batman, so I can't really speak much on that, but again, I'll rewatch it and then I'll give you guys deeper thoughts after that. So coming in at number 11 is Robin, Hand Me the Shark Repellent. This is the original Batman from 1966. This movie's cheesy. This movie is ridiculous. Literally, he's running around holding that bomb in his hands like the whole time, and like for like what feels like 20 minutes. You're just like, bro, what are you doing? And it's just so funny and ridiculous. Adam West is a national treasure in his ridiculous costume. I love it. Yeah, it's not really a good movie, not really a great movie, but you know, you got Cesar Romero doing his thing. You've got Lee Merriweather doing her thing as Catwoman. So yeah, it's a fun time. Again, not one I revisit that often, but if I'm in a mood for just campy cheesiness, then I'll pop in the original Batman every once in a while, but it's not one I actively go to search for for a rewatch. So, but yeah, number 11 will be Batman 1966. And I forget what came first. This or the show. I believe it was the show, and then it became a movie after that. Also, I love his Batmobile. Just saying, I knew a friend who had like that same Batmobile, and then it was like, oh, it came out the same year, 1966. Okay, interesting. Did not know that. I think so the series came first, and then it led into the movie. Okay, it's technically by months. It did. So, okay, so yeah, his Batmobile probably like honestly, it's a 1966 thing, but it like might be the dopest Batmobile. You see that thing and you're like, bro, that's a sick ass car, you know, or at least one of the coolest looking Batmobiles. It's really, really awesome. So, number 11 is Batman for me. I had a friend who used to have that replica of, like, full on, like, drivable replica of the Adam West Batmobile. It was so cool. He still has it. I think it's his dad's. So I think his dad owns it, but still pretty cool. So, we're now officially in the top 10. So, coming in at my number 10 is a film I saw pretty recently. And this was like throwing my nostalgia. This is one of the animated ones I wanted to throw in here, which is Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Mic drop. Had to do it, guys. Had to do it. And from this point on, guys, I want you to know I really like all these movies, like a lot, like a lot. I really like to love them. So just thought I'd let you know that for the rest of this going forward. But yeah, this film is exceptional. It's everything you want in just geekiness and nerdiness, in the sense of just you're watching the Turtles doing their thing with Batman. Yes, you get epic fight scene with Batman and the Turtles fighting. I bought this for like $1 at Dollar Tree. It was like part of the $1 thing at like Dollar Tree that they do. And so I have the DVD right here. And yeah, this movie's like badass, guys. Like, I highly recommend this movie. This is one of the better DC anime movies, and I really wanted to include it on this list because it's very Batman centric. And yeah, it's like really badass. I love it. So, Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they're two of my favorite things I grew up with. I grew up with Batman, and I grew up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But that will come in at number 10. At number 9, I've got. See, this one was hard. It was a toss-up between two of these. And I think I'm going to say at number 9, I have the 1989 Batman film. So this film to me was something I grew up with a lot, have a lot of nostalgia for. I love Jack Nicholson as the role in the Joker. Have you ever seen the Devil Dance? Have you ever seen the Devil Dance in Pale Moonlight? Where does he have all those wonderful toys? I like. I freaking love this movie. Michael Keaton as Batman really, really shined a lot. Oh, Batman, he's so good in this. And like my big annoyances with the film. First off, some of the CGI doesn't hold up. There's a scene where he's like standing there on like watching over Gotham, and you see it, and it looks like a freaking cartoon, like PS2 graphic era kind of thing. And you're like, oh, what is that? I shouldn't be complaining when it's like literally that long ago, but some CGI back in the 80s were better, bro, from other things. And also, Kim Basinger as Vicky Vale annoyed the fuck out of me. She's so fucking annoying in this movie. Like, honestly, her scream makes me want to shoot her in the face. Okay, I don't want to get my channel taken down for that. No, it makes me want to just like run off a cliff or something. All right, because like her voice is so annoying. It bothered me for years, and as a kid, even as an adult. But I love Danny Elfman's score. And I've like, it's just such a catchy Batman theme. And honestly, as far as like the best Batman, like I said earlier Adam West had the coolest Batmobile. Like that's in realistic terms. But as far as the ones that like fits the Batman character, I feel like Michael Keaton's is like just you can never go wrong with that. Also his Batjet looks incredible. Just and also I wish that they gave him more room to like move in the suit because yeah, he can't really move around that much and really fight that much. Um, but yeah, guys, this one's a really good one. And it is definitely, I'm surprised it says low is number 9, but I just love all these films that much more, guys. They're all just incredible to me. So it was hard compiling this list for you guys. Like it was really, really hard. So coming in at number 8, I have the film The Lego Batman Movie. Oh yeah, I had to include this one, guys. Are you kidding me? Had to include it. It's the Lego Batman Movie. I'm not including the Lego Movie because yeah, while Batman is like a central character in the movie, I'm not like including it because I don't know. The themes don't really. It's not like The Flash where like a lot of the movie relies on Batman. It's like I don't feel like that with the Lego Movie, but I feel like with the Lego Batman Movie, it definitely is a Batman film, obviously. And Will Arnett, brilliant as Batman. He's so freaking funny. Life doesn't give you seatbelts. I say that to my friends when they're in like driving the car with me. No wonder they think I'm a terrible driver. But then you got like Channing Tatum as Superman, Billy D. Williams as Two-Face / Harvey Dent, which is fun to see that happen again. And then you got like a great cast. Zach Galifianakis is the Joker, and he was really funny. You get Michael Cera as Robin, which was like so perfect. Ralph Fiennes was Alfred. Like, there's so many good actors in this movie, including what's funny is she went on to play the live action Catwoman, but Zoe Kravitz played Catwoman in the Lego Batman movie first. Bet you y'all didn't know that, but she did. She played her in the Lego Batman movie first. But Chris McKay, who did the Tomorrow War, Renfield, as of late, also went to do this film, and he's a really, really fun director, and this was a really, really fun movie from him. And honestly, goes back and forth between what I prefer more between this or Lego Movie because they're both just so damn good. But yeah, it's fantastic. And the fact that The Boss Baby was nominated for Best Animated Feature over the Lego Batman Movie, unforgivable. Never forgiving the Academy for that crime ever in my life. But now coming in at number 7, I have what is still to me a fantastic movie, like at least a near masterpiece. It's not a masterpiece, but this film is fantastic. So from this point forward, I think all these films are absolutely phenomenal. So for me, coming in at number 7, I've got The Dark Knight Rises. Dish, dish, bassa, bassa, dish, dish, bassa, bassa, dish, dish, bassa, bassa. Sorry, had to do this chant, but yeah, this one is, the third film in the Christopher Nolan trilogy. Christian Bale reprising his role. You get all the people reprising their roles. You get new faces like Tom Hardy as Bane in there. Matthew Modine pops up for a little bit. That was kind of fun to see him pop up. But this film definitely is the weakest of the trilogy because there's some things like there's a popular phrase of like I forget what it is, but it's like sort of like what's on the page sometimes doesn't correlate well to the screen. And I feel that's the case with this, because when he gets his back broken, Batman does, Bruce Wayne, when he gets his back broken and he crawls out of the pit, he shouldn't have been able to do that. To me, that on a movie form, in like a serious dark movie form, I was like, that just doesn't fit. I feel like that took it off. And then the third act kind of goes off the rails a bit. Batman's way overdone. Where's the trigger? Where's the trigger? And all that stuff. And then just that destroyed my voice. Christian Bale, how do you do that? Maybe it's not as bad as I thought.
Where's the trigger? Where is it? You never give it to an ordinary citizen. Where is it? Where's the trigger? Where is it? Where is it? Tell me where the trigger is. Then you have my permission to die.
But yeah, then the whole like romance storyline they put in here, it was between like Bane and one girl or something. It was weird. I didn't really like the way they took it at some points, but at other points though, guys, like this movie made me cry. This movie made me cry. Super emotional, super poignant, a beautiful story about redemption, and it was like just one of the best endings I've ever seen to a Batman movie. Like this ending was fantastic. I loved it so much. So yeah, guys, this film I feel like it's a lot of unnecessary hate. It has problems. Like I showed the problems. There's also a scene where whenever they're fighting, Tom Hardy does a swing punch on him and he completely misses him. If you watch closely, you can see it. He doesn't even hit his face. He's like that, and you can see him as he misses his face. It's really funny. The choreographer could have done better on that. Also, this one was one of the best teaser trailers I've seen in my life, where it's like that he's talking to Gordon in the hospital bed, and then Gordon's just like, the Batman needs to come back. He's like, what if he doesn't exist anymore? And he's like, he must. He will. And then you just see it zoom out. It's like, dish, basa, basa. And then as it does that, you see like Dark Knight Rises, and they see Bane and walking upstairs. You see Batman like doing it. It was such a cool teaser trailer. I'm gonna try to play it for you guys in this video and see if I can do that, but without getting like copyright. But it was such a cool teaser, guys. It was fantastic. I loved it.
If you make yourself more than just a man, if you devote yourself to an ideal, then you become something else entirely. A legend, Mr. Wayne. A legend.
We were in this together. And then you were gone. Now there's evil rising. The Batman has to come back.
What if he doesn't exist anymore?
He must. He must.
And this one definitely was one of the last like midnight showings I went to, and I even dressed up as Bane. I went dressed up as Bane. I had a friend dressed up as Batman, another friend dressed up as Robin, and we all just like went together. That was one of the best experiences I had. Although I had to sit in the very, very, very front row because that was back when theaters had lines and stuff, and so didn't make it in time. So we went into another theater hoping we'd find better seats. And when we hopped in the other theater, like at the time, I'm dating someone now, but this is different at the time. But at the time, there was this really hot girl who was like, "You guys can come sit with us," and I'm like, "Okay." She didn't tell us that her seat was literally in the very front row, literally in the very front section of the theater. It made me so mad. I had to watch the movie like, it was just, that part was horrible, but I definitely still enjoyed it regardless, and I've seen it multiple times ever since, and it holds up. It's a little long, but fantastic. Coming in at number 6. At number 6, I have got the film. See, I didn't know what to do here because I don't want to get like completely lose subscribers here. One of the films on this list I love so much, I'm gonna like lose a subscriber count. But right now, at number 6, I will put Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Just to be safe, I'll put Batman Mask of the Phantasm down there, number 6. Love this movie a lot. It's fantastic. One of the ones I grew up with. I think it's just, Mark Hamill. No one will ever top Mark Hamill as a Joker. I rewatched this in honor of Kevin Conroy because he passed away not too long ago. And Kevin Conroy, you are a genius, my friend. And honestly, you are the best Batman voice we've ever had. Maybe the best Batman performance I've ever seen. You know what? Talking about this movie just makes me love it even more. Let's scratch that. No, I'm going to put Batman Mask of the Phantasm much higher. So wait until later. I don't do this often, but wait until later because I have it arranged on Letterboxd in this way. I'm going to make my Letterboxd list public whenever this video goes public. But I'm going to switch things up. I'm putting the Batman, which is the Robert Pattinson one. I'm going to put that one on number 6 because that movie, I like it a lot. I've watched this film like 4 times now, 5 times already, like something like that. I watched it 3 times in theaters, so I freaking love this movie. However, Batman Mask, like the reason I'm putting Batman Mask Phantasm higher is I can't think of like any flaws with that movie. Like that movie is like almost perfect to me. It's like almost the perfect Batman movie. The Batman, though, I do want to preface this by saying again, I love this movie so much, but it's just like the third act, what they do with the whole water scene and all that type of stuff. I just wasn't really into that. I thought that could have been way better with how Gotham was underwater. Like what they should have done is they should have ended it like in a cliffhanger. They should have ended it when they captured the Riddler, and then you continue in part 2 with the Riddler and him in jail, and then maybe he can make all this stuff happen, and then maybe that's the beginning of the next film, and then it leads into like Mr. Freeze or someone like that coming in freezing over Gotham and stuff like that. Like that would have been something interesting because it's underwater, so that could have been something interesting. And also, I don't like what Matt Reeves has said. Like he's like, oh, we can't use any of like the supernatural villains. We have to do all real kind of people. And yeah, Mr. Freeze isn't necessarily supernatural, but he threw in Mr. Freeze. I think he mentioned him on that list. Mr. Freeze would be the perfect villain. I don't need another Joker. Why are they doing another Joker? I don't need that. I love the Joker. Joker is my number 1 favorite comic book villain of all time. I freaking love the Joker. But we don't need another Joker. We just got a Joker. Like, in not too long ago. Like, give that character a break, guys. Save that character for later. Like, yeah, it maybe get a pop from the audience, but it doesn't get a pop from me. And there's some other Batman fans I've talked to who did not like that decision. But Robert Pattinson, shut all you guys up who were doubters. I told y'all, I've been telling y'all, this isn't Twilight Boy as Batman. No, this is flipping the Rover Boy as Batman. This is Good Time Boy as Batman. This is your like indie film actor as Batman. This dude is a phenomenal actor well before the Batman came out. And then the Batman was a huge successful blockbuster and just proved to you all that he is a phenomenal actor and up there with like Affleck for me is like the best Batman we've ever had. But I want to see him in more roles more times as Batman before I can actually say that fully. But the music here from Michael Giacchino, dun 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 dun, it's so good. Andy Serkis' Alfred, Zoe Kravitz is now my favorite Catwoman. She's excellent in the film. Colin Farrell, unrecognizable as Penguin, was so good in this film. Paul Dano, of course, is terrifying. Like, that was not Jim Carrey's Riddler. That was a terrifying Riddler. Jeffrey Wright isn't Gary Oldman, but he's still a good Gordon. Yeah, this movie is pretty good. And I will say the CGI is also like wonky in parts. This is another area that I had just very few times, very minuscule. But yeah, other than those things, guys, like this movie is like damn near perfect. I love this movie a lot, guys. And the only reason I have it at 6, I contemplated putting it at 5. The only reason I have it at 6 is because it's just really, really new. It came out last year. Maybe next Batman Day, I'll be like, you know what? That does deserve a spot in the top 5. Let me throw it into the number 5 slot. But there's just some negatives for me. Like, it's a 3-hour movie. It didn't need to be 3 hours. Could have cut it. However, there's a 3-hour movie I'm about to talk about. You didn't need to cut. And that's a good transition because my number 5, I don't care what any of y'all say. All right. My number 5, then we are now in the top 5 best Batman movies of all time. And my number 5 best Batman movie of all time, which was number 3, by the way. I want you to know at one point this is number 3. And then I thought about it realistically. And I was like, when it comes to a Batman movie, I don't know if it's number 3. But my number 5, because I freaking adore this movie, is Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Edition. Yes, I'm doing it. I'm throwing this in the top 5. Come at me, haters. Throw all your hate comments. I'm ready. I am ready. I am ready for them. Send them on over to me because I adore this film. Henry Cavill, of course, excellent Superman. You get Ben Affleck giving the best performance I've seen by Batman.
Well, here I am.
This, at least in live action, because like I said, no one can ever top Kevin Conroy, but at least in live action, Ben Affleck was the best Batman. Still is the best Batman in my opinion. He was so good in this film, and just I feel like it's really a Batman film more than anything. And yeah, you could argue they should have done a Batman film first, but I thought this was still really, really, really well done. And the music in this that they play with Batman and everything, or just the opening, like when you open this film and it's in Metropolis, and the way that you see Ben Affleck, Bruce Wayne, is just like he's watching all the destruction from Man of Steel happen, and then you see him as he runs right into the like building as it's collapsing. Like, that is Batman. See, that's the thing I love about Ben Affleck as in the role, is he knew how to differentiate the fact that Batman is the personality and Bruce Wayne is the mask. Because Batman is who he actually is. Bruce Wayne is this fake persona, just a like thing that he has that's not even his real self. So I love that Zack Snyder was able to address that and actually understand that about the Batman character. Yes, he kills. I know that bothered some people, but I thought that was a very interesting take. And Batman has killed in the comics. It's very evident. I just read Flashpoint, and at one point, Flashpoint, he almost kills someone. I think Green Arrow or someone like that stops it, but like at one point, he almost straight up kills someone. No, it's Cyborg in that comic that stops it. I remember now. But yeah, Wonder Woman also was great in this. It was Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, and I did want to throw in a few. Okay. Try and defend this movie or something. All right. So I'm going to throw in a couple defenses here that are going to blow your mind. One, I absolutely love the Martha scene. Don't care what y'all say. That scene, I mean, is phenomenal, where you get where Batman's just had enough. You get this epic fight. He wants to take down this alien. And then as they're fighting, this thing he thought wasn't even human says, "You're letting them kill Martha." And yeah, that's his, that's his mother's name. Yes. And there's that connection there. But it's also more so of a realization that pops into his head. Like, this man is more human than I thought. He has a mother. He has someone there that took care of him, like I did. He's like, he has this realization that's like, I'm a monster. I've gotten to this point of almost killing this man. And he has a human parent that loves him. Like, it was that realization that popped into Batman's head. And I thought that was just so beautiful. Just such a great way to portray. And people were like, "Oh, it wasn't bad scene, it was just execution." It was executed fine, guys. It was fine, all right? I enjoyed the Martha scene. Also, I don't mind Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor, because if you listen to part of the dialogue, it's not the Lex Luthor we know. At one point in the dialogue, he says, "Oh yeah, your son Alex Luthor," or something like that. So it hints at the fact that this is actually Lex Luthor's son, Alex Luthor, and he is trying to run his father's company, which was LexCorp. Like, he's trying to run his father's company, and he's just that mad scientist who wants to be like his father, It's like, so I feel like it's a one line though, and they breeze over it fast, so people probably missed it. But the Ultimate Edition also adds so much more to this and makes it a lot more, like, fills it more depth, more character moments, makes the pacing way better. If you watch the theatrical cut, pacing is totally off. But if you watch the Ultimate Edition, the pacing is just so perfect. And the 3 hours flies by. And just, Zack Snyder, you're a genius, man. Only thing I really sort of don't like is how they treat Doomsday in this movie. Thought that was kind of ridiculous. He's not a giant cave troll from Lord of the Rings, guys. Y'all could have done much better than that. But other than that, yeah, I freaking adore this movie. And that warehouse scene. Oh my god, I love that warehouse scene so much. But yeah, that is my number 5. So come at me, people. And I stand by all those defenses I made. Now at number 4, I'll say Batman Mask of Phantasm, because Batman Mask of Phantasm is not only one of the best Batman movies, it's one of the best animated movies of all time. This movie is just such a great look at the Batman character and just how he like, just seeing the him actually go up against the Joker, seeing like Mark Hamill back in the role, just giving his best, doing his, like, the best Joker we're ever gonna have. He's just so good in this. And then Um, Kevin Conroy, of course, yeah, was great in this. This film is just absolutely brilliant, and I feel like it just captures the essence of who Batman is. Like this movie captures that so well. And so I definitely recommend, if y'all have not seen it, I wanted to see it in theater when it released in theaters not too long ago, but go see Batman Mask of Phantasm. We all miss you, Kevin Conroy, and you're easily the best Batman. Like, God, I love this movie so much. So Batman Mask of Phantasm, brilliant movie. So number 3, I have the first of the Nolan films, Batman Begins. And that's right, the one that started it all. You have Batman Begins. You have Cillian Murphy as Scarecrow, which he was also great as Scarecrow. The introduction, of course, with Christian Bale in the role as Ben Affleck's Batman, or as not Ben Affleck's Batman, as Christopher Nolan's Batman, that he did for his trilogy. And what's interesting is Cillian Murphy apparently was screen tested for Batman, but they realized he's not going to work in that role, but they still wanted to keep him in there anyways, so they put him in as the Scarecrow. So that was kind of fun. So, and Cillian Murphy's worked with Nolan so many times, but what a fantastic actor he is. What a fantastic villain he was. This man was so good as Scarecrow. Katie Holmes, major standout as well for me in this movie as Rachel. Once I get to The Dark Knight, I'll talk about how I prefer Katie Holmes way more than Maggie Gyllenhaal in the role. Just saying, like, I prefer her way more. And then you get obviously like just Liam Neeson in there as Ra's al Ghul, and that was really great. Yeah, there's like this movie I managed to have that thing where it's like actually is 2 or more villains, but it actually did it pretty well. Like a lot of movies stumble from that, but yeah, it's very good origin story for Batman. Very good setup for Batman and his origin. And so yeah, which by the way, guys, giveaway announcement in this video, I have a DVD unopened of Batman Begins, and I will autograph it and sign it for any of you fans out there who want an autographed CD or autographed DVD from me. All you have to do is just say, be a subscriber of this channel, make sure you like this video, and then also be sure to comment down below your favorite Batman movie, and then tell me why it's your favorite Batman movie in just a very short summary. And then whoever I like the most will win a free DVD of Batman Begins. So thought I'd throw that out there because I don't need this DVD in my house anymore. So it's just going to be a free DVD I want to give out to someone who likes their physical collections and wants part of their physical collection. So just thought I'd throw that out there for you guys if y'all wanted it. So yeah, there you have Batman Begins. Oh yeah, and introduction of Michael Caine as Alfred. How can I forget Michael Caine as Alfred? So good. I love it. Michael Caine as Alfred. My favorite Alfred. So good. Michael Caine. And then, of course, Morgan Freeman, Lucius Fox. Like, yeah, there's so much to love about this movie. I forgot to mention Anne Hathaway when I talked about Donna Rises. I just realized that. She was so good in that movie. Okay. But, of course, now my number 2 is a film another film that made me cry. Yes, I cried at this movie. It was the ultimate geek experience for me. I haven't geeked this hard in a while, and that was Zack Snyder's Justice League. This movie blew my socks off. Yes, this isn't a Batman movie, this is a Justice League movie, but Batman is part of the Justice League. He's a major prevalent part of this movie. He's pretty much the leader of the Justice League in this film. And oh god, like Zack Snyder understands the Justice League, man. From just the action in this movie is top notch to the amazing visuals. To just this is so much better than Justice League, that Joss Whedon atrocity. This film is so much better, guys. It is just filled to the brim with great character moments, great action, great like effects, great, just so much great stuff in there that Zack Snyder just completely understands about DC. I love the like scene where he interacts with Joker as well, and like that post-apocalyptic world they would have set up, which would have been so amazing. I wish they would have done that, but yeah, guys, like please finish off Zack Snyder's story, and even if it's in like a comic book form, I'll read the hell out of that. Even if it's in a comic book form or if it's an animated movie form, please finish it off, guys. We all want to see it. I want to see it. Fans want to see it. Come on, do us that solid and give us that, guys. Because yeah, this was everything I wanted in a freaking Justice League movie. Everything I wanted in a comic book movie. Everything I wanted in a movie. This movie was a damn masterpiece. I loved it. And yeah, it's 4 hours. Can't rewatch it that much because it's 4 hours. But I will put it on in the background and I will watch this movie like when it's on the background and I'm trying to get work done. Like I love this movie so much. And I own the entire Zack Snyder trilogy in 4K, guys. And I just recently rewatched this movie on the channel. You guys can see it. It's like over 4 hour long commentary of the Justice League. But yeah, guys, such a good movie. But of course, coming in at my number one, it had to be it. It had to be it. The Dark Knight. No other movie tops The Dark Knight. This film is a masterpiece. You can tell from the opening frames of this film, it was heavily inspired off of Heat. That heist scene in Heat that they do was very heavily very heavily the inspiration here for that. Of course, Heath Ledger, his Oscar-winning turn as Joker here, like, and no, he didn't just win because he died, guys. He won because he was the best performance that year, one of the best performances of all time. It's just he managed to be terrifying in this movie. And what Hans Zimmer does with the music here, still my favorite scores in a Batman movie is from Hans Zimmer. And what he manages to do with the music here with the Joker, sound like nail on chalkboard. You're like, oh, the music that he plays for the Joker is so terrifying. Music that he plays for, the dun, 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 dun. It's so good. I love it. And then just the writing, the interrogation scene when they're in the interrogation room and he's like giving him that choice. Oh, and then he makes that choice. It's just such brilliant writing.
Tonight you're gonna break your one rule.
I'm considering it.
No, there's only minutes left, so you're gonna have to play my little game if you want to save one of them.
Yeah.
For a while there, I thought you really were a dent. The way you threw yourself after her. Look at you go! What does Harvey know about you and his little bunny?
Where are they?
Killing is making a choice.
Where are they?
Choose between one life or the other. Your friend, the district attorney, or his blushing bride to be. nothing to threaten me with. Nothing to do with all your strength.
This is a very rare example, though, of a movie that is a full-on 10 out of 10 for me. Full-on masterpiece, 10 out of 10. Yet has several, like, big issues with it for me. Or at least a couple big issues with it for me. More issues than Zack Snyder's Justice League. But I have this at number 1, though, because this is the better made movie. This is the better movie overall. Also, before I get into my cons, I just want to say, like, Gary Oldman flipping rocked Gordon in this movie. The scene at the end where he's like, please don't touch my son. God, he's so good. He's such an emotional performance. He's my favorite Commissioner Gordon we've ever had. He's such a phenomenal actor. So phenomenal in this role. I honestly think he could have been considered for an Oscar for this movie as well, too. Like, at least nomination-wise. Not win-wise, obviously, against Heath Ledger, but nomination-wise, I could have definitely seen that. My cons of the film. One, I talked about earlier, how I prefer Katie Holmes to Maggie Gyllenhaal. I still am with that. Maggie Gyllenhaal gave me that, like, she-bitch attitude in this movie. She just didn't give a fuck. She just didn't really, I don't know. I didn't really like her. She seemed just really strict, really mean. Didn't, like, Katie Holmes had personality to her. I didn't really feel Maggie Gyllenhaal had any personality here. Like, whatsoever. So I'm not really a big fan of her portrayal as Rachel.
Rachel! 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 Rachel!
My other negative is, so I understand they had to do it, but earlier I talked about how Batman Begins had 2 villains. It had Ra's al Ghul and it had Scarecrow. Yeah, that worked. I feel like once they did, like, Two-Face, I'm, like, losing a little interest in it as it goes along. Because I'm like, I don't care that much about Two-Face in this movie. Like, I feel like they haven't given me that perfect Two-Face performance yet. Aaron Eckhart was fine in the role, but I don't think he was anything to write home about, you know? Maybe that's just Joker overshadowing him, but that's just how I feel about it. Don't really think he's, like, oh my God, it's like Aaron Eckhart is, no, I don't think he's that good, guys, but he's all right. Yeah. But other than those 2 things, I can't really think of any other flaws to this film. This film is a masterpiece. It is one of the best superhero movies ever made, one of the best comic movies ever made, one of the the best Batman movie ever made. This will forever hold a special place in my heart too, because it was my first Batman movie in the theater. I watched this film when I was way too young in like an old art theater, and I remember being terrified of it because of Joker. Like, this film was like, oh, I love it so much. I want to try to see if I can catch it tomorrow for Batman Day in the theater, but I don't know if I will be able to. But either way, guys, I love it so much. And yeah, so that's my official ranking, guys. I know this went a little long. It went like an hour, like almost an hour. By the time this is edited, watch see how long it is. But thank you for sticking with me, guys. No, this is great. Talking just all things Batman here with you. I love Batman so much, and I want to do more Batman videos on my channel. So maybe I'll do that every Batman day. I'll have, like, ranking the Batmobiles, ranking the Batman actors, ranking, stuff like that. That would be very interesting. So I can, or doing a tier list, something like that. So at one point I would definitely do that for you guys. Make sure you follow me on Letterboxd. It's down below. Make sure you like this channel, subscribe, share, do all that amazing content, guys. Ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. And I have a lot of interesting stuff coming up on the channel with Scare Timber happening right now, but also with the With the drinking game I do, the monthly mistakes I do, I will be doing The Room this month, so that'll be a blast. Make sure you stay tuned for that. And of course, there's a new show announcement, which is the Mega Showdown, where we put two movies head to head together to see which one's the best. Usually they have to be similar or from the same director or in the same franchise, something along those lines. And so the first episode is going to be American Graffiti versus Dazed and Confused. So you guys can stay tuned for that one. Super, super hyped for that. So much more content coming up on the channel, guys. Just bear with me. You're going to have overload soon. It's going to be great. But yeah, guys, that is my Batman ranking. And I will see you all in the next video. And until next time, stay awesome, my friends.